Polecat Training Center is one of the newest drift tracks in the southeast. It hosts a 2.1-mile road course with over 100 feet of elevation change. The facility is over 400 acres and is used mainly for driver training courses, but has recently opened the doors for drifting. iTrack Motorsports is the only drift event organizer at Polecat as of this time, holding their Excite GP invitational events and bringing out some of the coolest looking cars of the southeast. For the rest of this video, I'll be giving some specific track information. Much of this pertains specifically to how iTrack runs their events, as they're the only ones to have run an event here as of 2024, but I'm sure most of the information will be applicable to how any other event organizer would operate an event here. Polecat is located in Middle Tennessee. It is about an hour and a half south of Nashville, about an hour north of Huntsville, and about an hour and 45 minutes from Chattanooga. More specifically, the track is outside of Lynchburg, Tennessee. It is realistically far from any urban areas, so be sure to bring plenty of necessities, as the nearest gas station is around 20 minutes away in Lynchburg, and most of your fast food and auto parts stores will be over 30 minutes away in either Shelbyville or Fayetteville. Be careful as you drive close to the track, as some of the roads are very tight for a truck and trailer setup, especially if you're coming in from Shelbyville or I-24. There is only one entrance to the property. It's pretty easy to find. The main pit area is right off the entrance and a little small compared to the number of cars you've brought out. Due to this, you'll need to unload your car and supplies in the main pit area, and then you'll park your truck and trailer in a parking area. For the latest event, this parking area was in a gravel lot just past the garages. Be prepared to unload quickly, as there will be a large rush of drivers coming in at the same time. After unloading, tech inspection will be done by the staff walking the pits before the drivers' meeting. The drivers' meeting is held in a small training building near the end of the pits. Typically, the building will fill up quickly, so Matt has ran through the information in 2 sessions to ensure everyone has been given all of the information available and had a chance to ask questions. It is important here to take note of the flagging rules, as there are a lot of blind corners, and the flagger is your only warning to a stopped car or hazard on the track. The track itself is broken up into 2 sections. Going forward, we'll just refer to them as Section 1 and Section 2. Section 1 is a slower section relatively. The first few turns are flat, followed by a smooth uphill. This uphill section does have some cones for a force manji to help slow drivers down as they come over a fast, blind crest. The crest is over a deradiusing corner that's followed by a roller coaster of uphill and downhill corners. Compared to the rest of the track, this section is relatively easy and quite fun in lower horsepower cars. The second section is very fast and plays well with higher horsepower cars. Any cars under probably 350 horsepower should be prepared to pull grip out to keep wheel speed and momentum up. Like the first section, the beginning turns are relatively flat, but just much faster. The long sweeping left-hand turn marks the base of the big hill. Keeping on a racing line here will help to keep speed and momentum up as you start the climb to the peak of the track. The peak is at the 180 bend that's at the northernmost end of the track. This is followed instantly with a sharp downhill section, then the corner at the bottom of that downhill aims back uphill, which will push the car to have some crazy compression mid-corner. From there are 2 sweeping corners. One is on the peak of a hill, and then the last one is on a long downhill heading back towards the front straight. There unfortunately are not many good places for spectators, as you can't see very much from the pits. In the last event, they allowed pit vehicles along a trail on the west side of the track that gave a sweet view of the back section. The trail was relatively rugged, but could easily be accessed with a pit bike or an ATV. There's nothing stopping you from hiking up there, but be warned that it's probably a 20 to 30 minute walk and it's not a manicured trail. A few more things to keep in mind. There is spotty cell phone reception, so be prepared to go without a cell phone. Some carriers will do better than others, but I did not have any cell reception in most of the areas in the pitch of the track. Bring anything you need. The closest area for fuel, food, or parts is 20 to 30 minutes away, so be prepared. There was a food truck on site at the last 2 events, so it's probably a safe assumption that they're going to have one going forward. The track itself is very hard on tires and cooling systems. That's the nature of each lap being over 3 minutes of driving. Cars, tires, and drivers will get overheated quickly. Bring as many tires as you can. For reference, I drive a 250 horsepower Miata that averages 1.5 pairs per day, at most tracks. At Polecat, I went through 3 pairs on Saturday and another 2 pairs on Sunday, and I probably would have gone through another pair if I didn't burn a valve in my car that day. So there's usually a pretty short line at grid, so there's no shortage of track time, only a shortage of time to cool your car off. There has historically always been a tire machine located in the hot pit area. The track advertises that you can leave any non-corded tires at the track. Fair warning, the backlog for the tire machine can be quite long with how many tires are getting burnt, so plan ahead if you have to have any swapped. Also, have fun. That's pretty self-explanatory. Overall, Polecat is a wild and fun track to drive. I would recommend it to every intermediate to advanced driver that has the opportunity to attend. I would caution beginner drivers that it is a very fast track and lined with trees in many areas. It can be quite unforgiving. Thank you for watching. If this is something that you enjoyed or if you would like to see any additional information, feel free to leave some feedback in the comment section. I'll try to answer any additional questions that come up. Thank you.